Hello there, Mrs Peabody.
Hello, Mr Stump.
Oh, and what brings you out here on such a lovely day? Aside from the beautiful weather, of course.
Oh, I'm watching my new neighbours in the house down the street.
And what are they like, these folks?
Well, they seemed nice when they moved in, nice couple. But I haven't seen them since.
Oh, well, people do go on holiday, you know, Mrs Peabody.
Oh, not these two. I haven't seen them come or go once. And as you know, I stand out here all day, seeing what's coming and going. And then there are the strange lights that are coming from inside their home.
Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Mrs Peabody. Just for you, I will take my junk mail and I will deliver it straight to their front door.
Mr. Stump? Oh, bless you, bless you.
Who knows, I might get a little sneak around the corner, see what they're like, hey? Never fear, Albert is here.
Oh, excellent.
Yes? Hello?
Oh my, you're a...
Yes? What do you want?
Well, sorry now, I'm just here, I've got your pamphlets and stuff. You know what I mean.
What is it, Mrs Gringle?
It's a man!
Ooh.
With pamphlets!
Oh, what's his name?
What's your name?
It's a Stump, ma'am. Albert Stump.
I was wondering if you would like to come and see the fixture.
Oh yes, you must! We have so few visitors. Come and see the fixture.
It's at the end of the
corridor. Come on in.
Oh, down here?
Yes, just down that way.
Oh my.
Yes, just that way.
It's a bit... It's all swirly.
Yes, very swirly.
Good morning, Detective Inspector, and to what do I owe the pleasure of your company to this morning?
Pleasure. Can you just talk like normal English?
Oh, I will endeavour to, yes.
Morning, Hastings.
Sir?
Look, I've called for you both because of a string of disappearances in the Crooked Lane region. 4 people have disappeared in the last 3 weeks. Most recent being a Mr Stump, Mr Albert Stump.
Sir, please excuse me, but why exactly is the Professor here?
Because, Hastings, there have been witness reports of a extraterrestrial activity in the area.
Ah, right.
Detective Inspector, what are you referring to?
Well, the witness reports that they saw the most recent person who disappeared walk into a house down on the leases belonging to a Mr and Mrs Gringle, and then there was a flash of light and Mr Stump was never seen again.
I see. Any evidence of sunspots or storms, lightning, meteor strikes, or any other phenomena that happened during the time of these people going missing?
What?
Well, there was that earthquake. About 6 weeks ago.
What?
I saw it on the news. It was the largest one Wombat Gully's ever seen. Something like 4.0 on the Richter scale. I felt it the other night while I was working on my stamp collection, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm normally passed out. I mean, I've been having a lot of early nights lately.
Right. So what's our first move, boss?
Well, I've queued up an interview with Mrs Peabody, the witness I was talking about. I'll get her address for you and send you over.
Right.
Right, something to do. Come.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Mrs Peabody, I presume?
That's me.
I'm the Professor from Wombat Gully Police.
Oh, yes, I spoke to that Mr Senior Detective Inspector...
Detective Inspector Grace.
That's him. He said he'd be sending someone round to interview me. Come in.
Thank you, Mrs Peabody. Most kind of you.
Go through.
There's usually 2 of us, but I sent my partner ahead of me to the house that you reported the incident about.
Good.
Do you live here alone, Mrs Peabody?
Well, yes, Mr Peabody passed 15 years ago now. Accident. Hit by a collapsing Ferris wheel.
Oh, they can be so dangerous. Mrs Peabody, Did you drop this?
Oh no, it must have fallen yesterday. We had another earthquake.
I see. And how many have there been?
In the last month, quite a few.
And before that?
None, ever. And I've lived in Wombat Gully all my life.
Mrs. Peabody, Doris, I need to ask you some questions about the disappearance of Albert Stump.
Disappearance? He didn't disappear. He went into the Gringles. There was a flash of light and he never came out.
Are you saying he's still in there?
That or they killed him.
With a flash of light?
Unless you have a better theory, my dear.
Oh, I always have a better theory. I just haven't thought of it. It looks like a normal house, and yet...
And yet what, Professor?
something not quite right. Can you sense it? An energy. We're sitting right on top of some sort of energy.
Yeah, I got nothing, Professor.
Of course not. You're not a Time Lord.
A what?
Yes, of course. I'm a Time Lord, which means this must be some sort of vortex energy.
Professor, can we just get this over and done with, please?
What? Oh, yes. Of course, that's what we're here to do. What are we here to do? Interview occupants. Okay, let's go.
Professor, you sure you're alright?
Oh, memories. Returning little by little.
Look, it's not too late to go get another cup of coffee or something.
No. Here we go, knocking on the door.
What if no one's home?
Well, someone is home. We're playing with vortex energy.
Yes?
Hello.
I'm sorry, can I help you?
Yes. Hello. I'm the Professor. This here is Constable Trent Hastings.
Ooh, a constable.
We'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course. Come on in. Make yourself at home, dear. Take a seat on the couch.
What? Oh, Todd. What brings you down to my humble office?
You requested background information on the Professor.
No, the department did. Apparently you need clearance to assist police these days.
Yeah, we all need a police check.
So, what did it reveal?
Well, not only did the Professor used to be a man,
Which I already knew.
it seems she's had many faces before. Take a look. There's this one, this one, this one, two of these faces, and this one.
That is quite a few.
So the data was requested by the Commissioner.
Yeah.
She wants to speak to you.
Professor, I don't mean to be an alarmist, but...
Shh. Where did Mrs. Gringle go?
I don't know, she was just right here.
Hello.
Hello?
You must be Mr. Gringle.
That's me, one and the same.
And I'm Mrs. Gringle. We share the same name.
Yes. We live in this house. We're friendly and nice.
To the neighbours, the dogs, and even the mice.
And you do rhyming couplets too. How unique.
Professor, when exactly did we take hallucinogenics?
Not now, Trent. We need to figure out what's going on.
You wanted to ask us some questions?
Oh, now, look, Mrs. Gringle. We haven't even offered them a cup of tea.
Oh my, how rude of me.
No, it's really all right.
I'll put the kettle on.
No, Constable Hastings is right. We wanted to ask you about a disappearance.
That's right. I mean, yes, that's right. Have either of you seen a Mr. Albert Stump?
Did he say Albert Stump?
Yes, I did. He was last seen entering this residence by a concerned neighbour.
Well, it's great to have concerned neighbours.
Who look after us all.
We're happy to do them favours.
If we should trip and fall.
More rhyming.
I'm not entirely sure that answered my question.
We have seen Albert Stump.
Yes, indeed.
You see, there was an accident here in our house.
And is Mr. Stump all right?
Well, we don't know. Come, this way. We'll show you what happened.
This way, this way. This way.
Professor, I'm not sure about this. You haven't said anything.
That energy, vortex energy, much stronger this way.
Professor?
Not far now.
This is where Mr. Stump tumbled and fell.
Nicely done, Mr. Gringle.
Time for a spot of tea, methinks.
Oh, what an excellent idea. Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Professor?
Yes, Trent. This is a weird corridor.
You don't suppose we'll find Mr. Stump down here, do you?
I don't know. The dimensions are pushing us together.
This may be a weird question, but you don't have any idea where we are, do you?
I can hazard a guess. No pun intended. This seems to be a puppet universe. Not so much a universe made of puppets. Although puppets do seem to be the main population here.
Oh, Professor, my ears hurt.
The dimensions are trying to control us. Trying to reshape us. This is a more solid sample of what this universe might be. Lovely day, isn't it, Hastings?
Lovely.
Hastings,
Yes?
you look different. Have you done something to your hair?
No, I don't think so, Professor.
Hastings, I want you to remain calm when I say this. How do I put this? You're a puppet.
What?
Breathe in and out. Shh, Hastings, breathe. Oh, think, Professor, think. What is it that we know about puppets and how they operate? Either by strings or by hand up the... But one thing's for sure, we know that they are controlled by someone or something else.
Yes, but who's controlling them, Professor?
It's not just the puppets, it's this entire puppet universe. It looks to be brand new, otherwise everything would be solid. I can only presume that I didn't change because my DNA is different than yours.
Yes, but can you change me back, Professor?
Of course I can, Hastings. I can change everyone back. I just need to figure out how.
Tell me, how many humans have we lured into my little home away from space and time?
Well, loads.
Yes, more
loads.
than you can count.
Heaps.
Yeah.
Lots.
So many.
But to be exact, 17.
What? 17? That's not nearly enough.
It's not easy, you know.
No, it's not like we get many visitors here.
We can't really go out there.
No, well, the Coles don't even home deliver anymore, seeing as all their delivery people kept disappearing.
Don't give me excuses. We We need to fill my universe with puppets quickly. And that means getting people in through the gate any way you can. Otherwise, you will stay as you are now forever.
What are we gonna do, Professor? I don't want to be a puppet for the rest of my life.
I can think of worse things to be stuck as. So, what we need to do is somehow recreate the portal and jump back through it. Let's work on the basis that this is an artificial universe, one created through technology.
Well, does that help us?
If it is such a universe, then maintaining its existence requires power, and quite a bit of it. Otherwise, reality would just collapse in on itself. Dotted around, there are going to be containment units, just above the ground, with the base code of this universe embedded in it and linked up to each other. We put one out of action and we break the circuit. And it'll be like flipping a pocket inside out.
Right, well, where do we find one of these, pockets?
We look. Just something above the ground. Time for me to bring out our key to success. It's my sonic key. It's a pun.
I got it.
Never mind.
Please, Mrs. Peabody.
We'll do better next time, we promise.
See that you do. Otherwise, I'll take your eyes and your nose and I'll give them to somebody else.
You wouldn't.
Just you try me. All right, here's the plan. We need to lure as many people in as we can. That means you need to get service for your gas, your internet, your electricity, your phone.
But we did that with all the same provider.
Yeah.
We got 30% off our bundling.
All right. You're going to have a party. The biggest one ever. I'll contact my secret agent, Corey Worthington, and he will get everyone in Australia to come to your address. And then one by one, they will be sucked into the portal.
Oh dear.
What?
I'm going to have to order more ice.
It's a relay point.
Next one?
Oh, it's another relay point. Next one. Here it is! A containment unit. I knew there had to be one around here somewhere. Hold on to your hat, Hastings. This could get bumpy.
No, Corey, I don't care if your career's gone in a different direction. I want you to do this one thing for me. Oh, well, perhaps I need to contact Karen Affair. You remember how much Tracy hates you?
And that's how it's done, Trent.
Oh, jeez, Professor. I don't feel so good. Feels like my organs were installed backwards.
Don't worry. Always happens to me.
Oh, my goodness.
Aha! Your evil universe is no more, puppets. Everyone who's trapped there has been returned to where they came from as humans.
But, it wasn't us.
No.
It was her.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Right here, I've got this, Professor. Excuse me, persons unknown. Officer Trent Hastings, local police department. I am placing you under arrest for, well, let's see, creating a fake universe, abducting a whole bunch of people, and turning them into weird puppet monsters. You don't have to say anything, but anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah.
What?
And that is the story of the Gringles. They spent the rest of their days as puppets, never daring to leave their house should they be ridiculed, or experimented on, or stuck in an amusement park. So, if you're passing this street one day, why not stop in for a cup of tea? They'd really like the company. And as for Mrs. Peabody, well, she was arrested and went to jail. But who was she? Where was she from and why was she on Earth? These were questions the Professor would have to answer another time.